Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Alongway, where you grow in life and grow in English. I'm Alina.
And I'm Marcus.
Okay, here's a question. You have a friend. You talk to them almost every day. You know what makes them laugh. You know when they're sad. But you have never met them in person, not once. Is that person your real friend?
That's a complicated question, actually.
That's what we're talking about today. Is digital connection real connection?
And I'll be honest, I already have doubts.
I know you do. That's why this is going to be a good conversation. So let me start with my perspective. I think digital connection is real. I think it can be deep, meaningful, and genuine. The medium doesn't make the emotion less true.
Okay, but here's what I keep thinking. When you sit with someone in person, you feel their energy. You see their face. You notice when they're tired or nervous or happy. Can a screen really give you that?
Not in exactly the same way, no. But does that mean it's not real?
I don't know. Maybe not real, but less real, like a copy of something.
I disagree with that. A copy suggests it's fake. I don't think it's fake.
Okay, fair. Maybe incomplete is a better word.
That's more honest, yes. But then again, aren't all relationships a little incomplete?
Okay, that's deep. Maybe too deep for this early in the episode.
We can handle it.
Let's think about this practically. People spend hours every day online, messaging friends, following people, watching lives, but studies show, and I find this really interesting, loneliness is actually increasing, not decreasing.
That's true, and that's an important point.
So we are more connected digitally than ever before, but more lonely at the same time. Doesn't that tell us something?
It tells us something, but I don't think it tells us that digital connection is the problem. I think it tells us that quantity is not the same as quality.
Meaning?
You can follow 500 people online, but if none of those connections go deep, yes, you'll feel lonely. That's not because digital connection is bad. It's because shallow connection, online or offline, doesn't fill that need.
Okay, that's a good point. So you're saying the problem is how we use it, not the tool itself.
Exactly.
I can accept that.
Wait, Marcus agreeing? Should I be worried?
Don't get excited. I still have more questions. Here's another angle. What about vulnerability? In real life, being vulnerable is risky. Someone can see your face go red. They can hear your voice shake. You can't delete what you just said.
Right.
But online, you can type something, erase it, rewrite it, think about it for 10 minutes, and then send the perfect version. Is that real vulnerability? Or is it a performance?
Oh, wow. That's actually a really interesting way to look at it.
Because I think real connection requires real risk, and the internet makes it easier to hide.
It does make it easier to hide. I agree. But it also makes it easier to open up for some people. Think about someone who is very shy in person, or someone who has social anxiety. For them, the distance of a screen can actually make honest conversation possible. It lowers the fear.
I never thought about it that way.
For some people, digital space is actually safer, and in that safety, they find real connection. So it depends on the person.
Most things do.
Fair enough. Can I share something personal?
Please.
A few years ago, I was going through a really difficult period in my life, and the people who supported me most were not in the same room as me. Some were in different countries. We talked through messages, voice notes, video calls, and I felt genuinely held by them. Not physically, but emotionally, yes.
That's real. I believe that.
And I think if you asked me then, is this connection real, I would laugh because it was the most real thing I had at that time.
I hear you, and I don't want to dismiss that at all.
But...
Yes, you know me well, yes, but I wonder, and I ask this gently, would it have felt even more powerful if they were physically there?
Probably yes. Some things are different in person. I won't deny that.
So there is something that the digital world can't fully replace.
Something. Not everything, but something.
Okay, my turn to share something.
Go ahead.
I had an online friendship once. We talked for maybe 2 years, every week, about life, about ideas, about problems. I genuinely liked this person. I thought we had a real connection.
What happened?
We finally met in person, and it was strange. The energy was completely different. The person I imagined and the person sitting in front of me, they didn't match. Not bad, just different.
Interesting.
And it made me think, had I been connecting with them or with the version of them I had built in my mind?
Oh, that's a deep question.
Because online we can control our image very carefully. We share what we want, we hide what we don't, and the other person does the same. So maybe we're not connecting with a real person, but with a curated version of them.
That can happen, yes. But doesn't that happen in real life too? We all perform a little, especially at the beginning of a relationship.
True, but in person the mask slips faster.
Oh, that's very true, actually. You can't control your face as well as you can control your typing.
Exactly. The face is honest. The keyboard is a liar.
Okay, that's going on a poster somewhere. But here's what I want us to think about. The question isn't really online or offline. The question is, what makes any connection real?
Okay, what do you think makes it real?
I think consistency, showing up, remembering what matters to someone, caring about their growth, being honest, even when it's uncomfortable.
And those things can happen digitally.
They can. Not always, but they can.
I think I agree with that, but I still feel like something physical is part of human connection. Just biologically, we're animals. We need presence.
We do need presence, and I think digital connection works best when it supports physical connection, not replaces it. The strongest relationships I see are ones where people connect online and offline. The digital layer adds to it. It doesn't substitute for it.
So your position is digital connection is real, but it has limits.
Yes, and in-person connection also has limits. They're just different limits.
That's actually a balanced way to see it.
I try.
Sometimes.
Excuse me?
Okay, but let me push one more time. What about parasocial relationships? People who feel deeply connected to a YouTuber or a podcast host, someone they've never spoken to.
Interesting.
These people feel like they know this person. They feel warmth, loyalty, even grief when something bad happens to them. But the connection only goes one way. The YouTuber doesn't even know they exist.
That's a really important distinction, and I'd say that is not a mutual connection. That's admiration, maybe inspiration, but it's not a relationship.
Right. So digital connection requires two-way communication?
At minimum, yes. Real connection has to go both ways. Otherwise, it's just consumption.
Consumption. I like that word for it.
You can consume someone's content and feel something real, but that feeling doesn't make it a relationship.
That actually answers a lot. Because I think sometimes people confuse those two things. They feel close to a creator and call it connection, but it's not the same thing.
No, it isn't, and I think that confusion is part of why people feel lonely. They have lots of consumption and not enough actual exchange.
Wow, okay, that's the clearest thing said in this whole episode.
Thank you. I've been building to that. So let's bring it back to you, the person listening right now.
Yes, let's make it personal.
Yes, let's make it personal. Think about your digital connections, the people you talk to online. Ask yourself, are these connections mutual? Do both people show up? Do both people share? Do both people care?
And here's a harder question. Are you using your phone to feel connected or to avoid being truly seen?
Ooh, that one stings a little.
It's supposed to.
Because sometimes we scroll, we like, we comment, and we feel busy with people, but we haven't actually said anything real. We haven't been vulnerable. We haven't asked, how are you really doing?
And the last question, is there someone in your digital world who deserves more from you? More honesty, more presence, more real conversation?
Because connection doesn't happen automatically, online or offline. It requires effort. It requires intention.
It requires choosing to go deeper when shallow is so much easier.
And the digital world makes shallow very, very easy.
That might be its biggest danger.
Not the technology, but the temptation to stay on the surface. So here's where I land. Digital connection is real. It can carry genuine emotion, genuine care, genuine support. I've felt it. Many people have.
And here's where I land. It's real, but it's not complete on its own. The body, the physical presence, the uncontrolled moments, they add something that a screen cannot fully carry.
Which means the healthiest approach is probably both. Use the digital world to stay close to the people you care about, but don't let it replace the moments that need to happen in person.
And be honest about the difference. Know when you're truly connecting and when you're just scrolling.
That self-awareness might be the most important digital skill there is.
More important than any app.
Definitely more important than any app.
If this conversation made you think,
Keep listening. Keep growing.
we'll see you in the next one.
Take care of yourselves and take care of the people you love, online and off.